So with this partnership with Oracle on the mobile cloud services space, the chatbot engine has been able to meet our expectations related to the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and the natural language processing, and we have been successfully meeting the business needs so far. It was on our business roadmap to deliver the bot's applications. We were able to do a pilot in less than 2 weeks and deliver it to the business for validation. Typically, it would have been at least 6 months to 1 year. So leveraging the Oracle Mobile Cloud Service, we have launched the application to cover 2 to 3 million customers, but this will grow to cover 10 million plus customers of Exelon utilities, and it almost covers the East Coast, all the customer base that we have.
My name is Pat Sullivan. I am the Global Oracle Technology Lead at Accenture, along with our Innovation Lead as well. AI is going to have a major impact in terms of how we work in the future. So if you think of the internet today and even the cloud or mobile phones, the difference really from those technologies and AI is AI has the ability to comprehend, act, sense, and learn. And that's a dramatic difference in terms of how we work and how we live in our lives. From an Oracle perspective, our team's been working very closely with Oracle and a product development team, specifically around technologies like chatbot and adaptive intelligence. And we're doing that because we're getting quite a bit of interest from our clients to do new and interesting things using chatbots and automation and different technologies for the clients to interact with. One of the cool use cases we're working with some of our clients on right now is actually taking Oracle SaaS Cloud and using technologies like the Oracle chatbot to interface with the SaaS Cloud, particularly the HCM Cloud. We have one client using a chatbot to interact and do things like update phone numbers and marital status and simple things. But the only thing that the employees see is the actual user experience with the chatbot itself. Let me show you one of the use cases that we've actually built for one of our clients. So what you're seeing here is the actual chatbot interface that a user would interact with, in this case, the employee of the client that we're working with. And in here, they're doing simple things such as updating their phone numbers or what have you. So what's happening in this particular user experience is the chatbot's interacting with the employee, asking the employee simple qualifying questions. So who are you? What's your employee number? And then some security questions to make sure the person that the bot is interacting with is in fact that person. And then the bot starts to go down a list of questions as to what would you like to do. And so this employee is updating their phone number. So what this does is it eliminates everything that's in the background from, say, a shared service center that a lot of our clients leverage to do simple things like this. But more importantly, is the user experience for the actual people using this. They never have to log into a browser. They never have to go through these different systems to actually change pretty basic information. So from that perspective, we're helping our clients save money, but we're also giving our clients just a great user experience. My aha moment with artificial intelligence really came about 5 or 6 years ago. And one thing I tell my team all the time is that if you're not using AI, it's using you, and it is. And it's really about this proliferation of data that's out in the market. With over 5 quintillion bytes of data being generated every single day, this is what's allowing technologies like artificial intelligence to become more and more mainstream.
Oracle Cloud ci permette di validare i sistemi di tracciabilità del nostro olio extravergine d'oliva Bellucci. Per Certified Origins la tracciabilità è un valore fondamentale. Abbiamo sempre registrato ogni fase del percorso del nostro olio extravergine d'oliva, dalla raccolta alla spremitura al trasporto in tutta la nostra rete. Si tratta di un viaggio molto complesso che va dalle piccole aziende familiari ai distributori mondiali. Oggi Certified Origins usa Oracle Cloud e con la tecnologia in blockchain ci consente di offrire un più elevato grado di affidabilità e di garanzia di qualità e di non perdere di vista ogni singola goccia di olio dalle migliaia di soci delle cooperative ai commercianti di tutto il mondo. In quanto leader nel settore dell'innovazione, Oracle Cloud è stato il logico passo successivo per Certified Origins, che fa della tracciabilità il cuore della propria filosofia. Trust through traceability.
We're on the cusp of the biggest transformation in the role of the finance professional that I've seen in my 35 years in the industry. The Oracle platform is really creating an infrastructure and a foundation that allows an organization to adopt cool new technologies that can reduce the effort of traditional processes and allow finance to redirect its time to those that add more value. The other cool thing about cloud-based systems is the speed to which you are able to implement them. They deliver value in a relatively short time. They're much easier to manage, and they have a lower operating cost on a go-forward basis. I think for most organizations, the decision is not if I go to the cloud, it's when I go to the cloud.
At Caesars Entertainment, we inspire grown-ups to play. I think a change agent is somebody who can really drive transformation of the business. We see technology evolving so rapidly that it's changing the way business processes are driven, whether it be, cloud computing, whether it be robotic process automation, advanced analytics, artificial intelligence. There's just so much out there to improve business processes and make you more competitive. The way I think about the cloud is that Oracle has built the house, and you're going to go in and configure the curtains, the flooring, the fixtures, but the house is essentially built. So you're going to configure it to your own specifications, but Oracle is going to constantly update this solution. So you'll never find yourself in a situation where you have to go in and upgrade a 20-year-old ERP system. My advice for future change agents would be open to technology. Be very open to the cloud. It's not a matter of if you're going to the cloud, it's when you're going to the cloud.
The Los Angeles Lakers chose Oracle ERP Cloud very soon after I began with the team. We realized that our legacy system couldn't support us through this growth phase, and we wanted to move to a platform, obviously in the cloud, that had financials, fixed assets, as well as a BI tool in the EPM cloud system that could assist us as we built out all of our departments, including the basketball team. The metrics that we report to our executives at the Los Angeles Lakers include our season ticket member retention, fan experience, sponsor engagement, as well as our social media investment. These are all key items that we review, we analyze every season to ensure that as a team and as a franchise, we're not only delivering a quality product, but we're also maintaining and understanding and keeping in touch with our fan base. We're excited about AI and machine learning and the possibilities that provides to our finance department. Currently, our month-end and quarter-end close can take up to 4 weeks. I'm excited to create a touchless close process so we can reduce the amount of time it takes us to post manual recurring entries, prepare account reconciliations, and even audit schedules. One of the benefits to consolidating the HR and finance function to a single platform is attracting and retaining top talent. We have secure employee information on multiple systems currently. It's important to consolidate that information to a single system of record and have secure controls in place. It's all about growing on the same platform, providing our executives with real-time reporting for revenue and KPIs, all of those items that our executives want information on, so how we're doing day-to-day, game-to-game throughout the season.
This is Alex. She's 5 years old, and she was born into a digital world at the edge of a technological singularity, where she could live to be 150 years old. Imagine all the advances of the last 150 years, each discovery building on the last to alter the way we live, relate, consume, and perceive. For Alex, that same amount of industrial and societal change will happen in her next 15. She'll purchase digital rights from brands to create her own clothing, furniture, and decor with digital fabrics. She'll eat organically balanced food that was grown using nanotech. She'll know someone whose life was saved by a 3D printed organ implanted by a doctor operating remotely. She'll carry safer, digitally integrated ID and forms of payment, driven by the blockchain of everything. And that's just until she's 20. she still has 130 years to go. As she enters the workforce, she'll take advantage of autonomous vehicles and rideshare programs, which will alter our entire transportation infrastructure. She'll have robotic and AI-driven support tools, and even colleagues. The very notion of an employee will change. All these advancements will open us up to a new world of imagined possibilities. What role will your enterprise play in creating this world? Her world. You'll need to embrace it as a freely moving digital enterprise, shedding your technical debt. The pace of change will continue to accelerate. Enterprises will have to adapt faster, all to serve the wants and needs of a 5-year-old. Her future and your future are linked. And leading that future will be your digital enterprise. It's time to reimagine your business model, your organization, your world. It's time to reimagine everything.
How will your company respond to the paradigm-shifting effect of renewable energy and the digitization of business processes? It starts with key trends and challenges. For example, the necessity for a circular economy, the emergence of global supply chains, and the shift towards sustainable energy. Also, oil and gas companies are focusing on becoming lean, agile, and digital, and they are creating innovative business models to create new value. In response, oil and gas companies are pursuing a bold vision: deliver safe, reliable, and sustainable energy products and services focused on the customer and enabled by innovation. To help meet this vision, SAP is delivering an integrated suite with embedded intelligence on a scalable digital platform that enables companies to leverage back-office operational data in coordination with customer-facing experience data. SAP is in the unique position to help oil and gas companies use intelligent technologies to extend beyond the barrel, digitize products and services, compete as an ecosystem, and utilize technology as an enabler. To get there, SAP provides a clear industry roadmap that you can use to achieve your vision and become an intelligent enterprise. Key players are already working with SAP. By digitizing its products and services, Vivo Energy streamlined processes, enhanced employee productivity, and improved data visibility. SOCAR now competes as an ecosystem with increased production efficiency, full transparency, and holistic insight. With more than 3,300 oil and gas customers in 118 countries, SAP is the clear choice.
Thank you, Andy, for inviting me here and for giving me the opportunity to talk about the first cloud revolution of history. It started here in the US and has been around for more than a century now. And now, no, it's not AWS. I'm referring to electricity, to the electricity grid. Look, it is a service on demand. Just one click, and you have the light. And it is also pay as you go. If you switch it off, then you are only billed for your actual consumption. It has been growing ever since, and for such a long time that people working in the energy sector consider natural to think about energy as a proxy of the wealth of nation. The richer the nation, the higher its energy intensity. But then came the big crisis, which as well started here, and along with Lehman Brothers and many others, swept away this belief. Now, the world has changed. The old cause-effect correlation, which we used to know, are now gone. Now we live in the age of decoupling. Gross domestic products and energy demand are not related anymore. Neither are oil prices and oil demand, and nor oil prices and investment in renewable sources. And so, in all this turmoil, if the world has changed, NL is bound to change as well. NL features 89 gigawatt installed capacity, more than 40% of that coming from renewable sources. We have 1.9 million kilometer distribution line, and we are blessed to serve more than 61 million customers. Fortune magazine listed Enel as 5th out of 50 companies that can change the world. And yes, we still believe that energy is a crucial service to play a role in nowadays society. And about the less obvious concept of a smart utilities, let me leave you with this. 1 out of 4 digital meters installed in the world has something to do with Enel. And eventually, for those of you who are not accustomed to my accent yet, Enel was born in Italy, but now has a global footprint. I know that numbers are difficult to remember, so maybe rankings may make things easier. Comparing to the main European utilities, we are number 3 in conventional generation, but number 1 in renewables, number 1 in distribution extension, and in million of customers. And thanks God, number 1 also in market capitalization, growing in a sector that lost almost 40% of its value in the last 6 years. So for all these reasons, and mainly for the last one, we look at digitalization as a necessity rather than an ambition. And necessity is the mother of invention. So we think that the second cloud revolution, which we are celebrating here today, is a wonderful opportunity for us to foster innovation and accelerate change in Enel. IT operations in Enel were bimodal. By bimodal, I mean almost neurotic, because we had a total outsourcing model serving Spain and South America, while Italy and East Europe were served by on-premises data center. And so our decision was clear and straightforward. Go to the cloud as fast as you can. That meant closing the more than 20 years lasting outsourcing contract and using our data center as a swap areas for our non-ready application. The complexity of the challenge came from the conjunction of 2 factors. The relevant volume involved, which you may see here, and an absolutely fixed time frame. That meant moving almost 25 servers per day, Monday to Friday, including Saturdays, Sundays, Christmas, New Year's Eve, Easter, whatever bank holiday you can think of. We involved many people in this project because with John Donne, no man is an island entire of itself. And I think that this applies also to companies. Accenture, in this transformation journey, supported us as main partner. And yes, you can imagine we completed the challenge, but I still wonder why. This slide is probably the main reason why I'm here today. We managed to get those savings, half of those savings right after the migration, but then playing with the services offered by AWS, we managed to get to those numbers. And so what? Yet another migration to cloud story? Yes, indeed. But this was massive and fast. And while massive is easily coupled with corporation, that is not always the case with fast. We were lucky enough to ignite a virtuous cycle between top management and IT team. My first and foremost goal was to convince 2 people in the company. One was my CEO, which is actually sitting there. How am I doing, Carlo, now at the moment? Well, thanks. And the second, our CEO, because moving to the cloud has to be a company decision, not an IT move. Having said all that, it was all about execution and tight monitoring. About the team, well, for once, having the operation people, the IT operation people, had the opportunity to lead the dance instead of following the latest developer trend. And I can assure you that this has been a fantastic motivation level. Also, the widespread concept of doing the right things, of being the good ones, so that nobody could complain, helped a lot. And eventually, we tolerated unfortunate technology choices sometimes, hazardous planning, and even poor service quality management. But one thing we did not tolerate at all was immobility. Having said that, what's next? In the near future, our idea is cloud normality, moving from cloud first to cloud only. And so getting rid of data center, of mainframes, and moving to 100% full cloud operating model. And as mature cloud users, we also want to go serverless, moving from server to services. IoT in Enel means enabling the rise of an ecosystem of energy management systems which will completely transform the utility business model in the next few years. And you know, an ecosystem needs a platform. And we elected AWS IoT as the enabling platform for IoT in Enel, because we needed a scalable, reliable, and integrated solution on which to build our new energy management system. And with this, I appreciate your time. It has been a privilege. Grazie. Ciao.
Intelligence is what sets us apart as humans. As we evolve, technology advances with us, offering new opportunities. But taking advantage of these opportunities can be a challenge. There's a larger transformation at play. The next era of computing will be defined by intelligent enterprises. Lead or follow, adapt or risk getting left behind. Organizations need to cut through the hype and be more useful and efficient to be an intelligent enterprise, to make the world run better, using emerging technologies so people can focus on higher value outcomes. We call it augmented humanity. Putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, doing more with less, empowering people to focus on meaningful work, delivering best-in-class, proactive customer experience, finding new opportunities and ways to thrive, innovating. How? With an intelligent suite for automated business processes, a digital platform for data orchestration and applications integration, and intelligent technologies to detect patterns, predict outcomes, and suggest actions. Gain visibility, focus, and agility. Improve people's lives. All the pieces of the puzzle coming together, working as one. That's the intelligent enterprise.
Artificial intelligence, AI, is a rapidly evolving area of technology that promises to be a game changer for various industries and is already being applied in areas as varied as driverless cars, home energy systems, and investment portfolio management. Accounting and auditing will also be affected. AI enables the analysis of a full population of data and can identify outliers or exceptions. The term AI describes computing systems that exhibit some form of human intelligence. It covers a number of interlinked technologies, including data mining, machine learning, speech recognition, image recognition, and sentiment analysis. For instance, machine learning can be used to automatically code accounting entries. By creating sophisticated machine learning-based models, auditors can also improve fraud detection. The audit is set to be further transformed by deep learning, a form of AI that can analyze unstructured data such as emails, social media posts, and conference call audio files. An example of how AI can be applied to the audit is in contract review. Machine learning tools allow humans to analyze a larger number of contracts such as leases in a much shorter time frame than is possible with a traditional manual review. In a recent pilot, AI tools were able to accurately extract information from lease contracts using pre-selected criteria in the vast majority of cases, a higher level of precision than the average human reviewer is capable of. By making it possible for auditors to work better and smarter, AI will help them to optimize their time, enabling them to use their human judgment to analyze a broader and deeper set of data and documents. It also enables them to ask better questions and to interact more with CFOs, audit committees, and company boards, adding value to the audit process. In this way, AI could contribute to providing better quality audits and an exciting future for auditors.
We hear a lot now, and it's very hot, the discussion about artificial intelligence and machine learning in the legal sector. And many lawyers are asking themselves right now, to what extent is this going to happen? And more importantly, what are the impacts, not just positive, but negative, on the future of lawyers? How are lawyers going to interact with machine learning? Is that going to lead to a decrease of lawyers in law firms, to new kind of vendors of legal services? What is going to be the impact in the industry, let's say 5 years from now, 3 to 5 years from now? And what does that mean for lawyers that have to decide what to do with this evolution?
Okay, the first thing is that we need to understand in which stage we are when we talk about machine learning. We are just at the beginning. And why we can talk about machine learning? Machine learning is a lot of data and how we get data. That is, for example, a document. That is, for example, a picture that you take with your mobile phone. That is data. And now we have computers and can process that data in a very cheap way. That is the change. Okay, we can have a lot of data. We can storage a lot of data in a very cheap way. And also you can process that information in a very cheap way. That is where we are. What we don't know, which will be the solution. For example, if we talk about mobile phone, we can say, okay, mobile phone, right now, Android, iOS, and the providers. That's it. No Microsoft, no Nokia, for example. If we talk about machine learning, we are at the beginning. Where is going? Okay, for example, imagine a law firm that needs to process a lot of information. In the old way, you need to process that information by your brain. You need to read a lot, to try to make the dots connection, and you need to do that by your brain. When we're talking about machine learning, is okay, you are going to train the machine. You're going to say, okay, that is a good contract and that is a bad contract. And you need to review, for example, 2,000 contracts. You can do by human person or you can do by a machine. What we are going to do, take all that 1,000 contracts, put in the machine, and the machine is going to decide which contract is good and which contract is bad. How much is the cost? Very cheap, very cheap. That is going to substitute lawyers, very quick, and also very quick, and that is going to substitute paralegal person and also lawyers.
Stakeholders want more out of internal audit. And one way internal audit is delivering to its stakeholders is through its role in technology and the transformation organisations are going through, but importantly, what they are themselves doing as an internal audit function as it relates to the technology available. The evolvers, they're the ones who are leading the charge as it relates to the role they play and their own use of technology within their organisation. Then you've got the followers who have made some initial steps as it relates to technology, but haven't moved as far as what we're calling the evolvers. And finally, the observers. They really haven't made any investment yet in technology and are really understanding the landscape. So one of the key differentiators of evolvers is their strategy. They've got a technology strategy which is supported by a strategy around its people and talent, which is then aligned with that of the organisation. So the barriers have been around cost, talent, and poor data quality. As it relates to cost, what we've found now is the cost of a lot of these tools and technologies is not what it used to be. So it's not insurmountable for an internal audit department to make the investment. From a talent and people perspective, the tools are intuitive. You'll find the internal auditors of today are able to use the technology that's available themselves without having a team of specialists. And thirdly, around poor data quality, we can't solve that for an organisation overnight. However, once again, the tools and technology available does allow for things like fuzzy logic that still enables you to draw out the key insights and value that stakeholders expect of their internal audit department. Followers and observers need to make the leap. Incremental advance in their use of technology isn't going to be enough. They'll always be behind. So they actually need to make a significant investment of time and resource as it relates to what technology means for them and how they provide support to the business on its own transformation program. So if followers and observers don't make the leap we're talking about, then the value they're going to provide to stakeholders is going to erode over time, which means they're going to be irrelevant within that organisation, which isn't of value to anyone. Do we understand what our organisation's technology strategy is? Where do we sit on the continuum of evolver, follower and observer? And then if we're not where we want to be or where we need to be, have we got a plan to get there?
It's remarkable how quickly the world has changed. Technology has allowed us to work faster, smarter, and keeps us more connected than ever before. But certain tools are stubbornly stuck in the past. If you run payroll and take care of your team, you know this all too well. The paperwork, multiple systems to manage, and complicated HR jargon. Good news, there's a better way. Hi, we're Gusto. Payroll, benefits, and HR for the modern, busy workplace. To start, we've automated the hard stuff, like taxes, deductions, and time off balances. They're calculated automatically because payroll, benefits, and HR are in sync. With just a few clicks, your employees are paid and receive detailed digital pay stubs right in their inbox. As your company grows and changes, we're there with you. Easily add benefits like health insurance, 401k, commuter, and more. We're here for your team too. Each employee gets a login so they can easily manage their information themselves, which means fewer questions for you and a happier team. And when someone new joins, onboarding is paperless and effortless. But if you do run into more complicated tasks, we have a team of friendly experts who can help. With Gusto, you'll spend less time running payroll and managing benefits and HR, so you'll have more time to focus on all the other things on your plate. Ready to switch to payroll that's built for the way you work? Get started with Gusto.
It means that data is going to have its time where it's going to get the attention of executives, and the value of that data is going to be super important.
Think about how we've operated coal plants through the years. Think about the O&M pressures. You think about just lifespan of coal plants, things like that. I think it's clear that we've got to do business differently going forward. We can't do it the same way we did it for the last 30 years. The things that will make us great going forward will be different from the things that made us great the last 30 years.
So there are challenges, but we think that it's through these digital tools that we can capture efficiencies and we can improve our performance, not only at the equipment level, but at the employee level.
A game changer is a champion in the power generation and chemical processing industries. The honored recipients of this award are individuals who, through modern techniques associated with digitalization, have contributed to innovation, solved a problem, or made improvements.
The keynote speaker was awesome, hearing about data driving action, being smart about that. And so that was really helpful to hear that a lot of people are aligned with that same idea.
If we think about information management, right, whether that's the consolidation and convergence of information management on the design and build side, as well as the operate and maintain side, our view of the digital twin, we see that as a journey of convergence.
They have to be able to generate power, start fast, get to load, and generate efficiently as long as the demand for that power is being called for. If you don't believe your data, if you don't look at your data, you're not making the right business decisions to keep that plant up and running efficiently.